World War III, top Russian nuclear weapons envoy travels to discuss Kim Jong-un's future. A top Russian nuclear envoy has traveled to South Korea to discuss despot leader Kim Jong-un, it has been revealed. Vice Foreign Minister Igor Morgulov visited South Korea on Sunday to discuss the consistent threats of nuclear annihilation from the Hermit Kingdom. During the three-day visit, Mr. Morgulov will meet with his counterpart Lee Do-hoon. The two are expected to discuss ways to bring North Korea back to the negotiating table in order to discuss the denuclearization of the state. Mr. Lee has met with his American counterpart, Joseph Yun, with increasing regularity as the superpower seeks to find a solution to the threatening regime. South Korea's increased communication with the U.S. comes as the two conduct joint military drills together that have left Kim Jong-un red-faced, causing the despot leader to issue a series of threats to the nation. Donald Trump was recently asked to cease military drills around the peninsula or face a nuclear deterrent by the rogue nation. Han Tae-song, the Hermit Kingdom's ambassador to the United Nations in Geneva, issued the stark warning to the U.S. president. He stated, "As long as there is continuous hostile policy against my country by the U.S. and as long as there are continued war games at our doorstep, then there will not be negotiations. There are continued military exercises using nuclear assets as well as aircraft carriers and strategic bombers and then raising such kinds of military exercises against my country." The Hermit official stated that North Korea could consider abandoning its nuclear program, but that threats from America prevent considerations from taking place. He claimed, "This is the deterrent, the nuclear deterrent to cope with the nuclear threat from America." The ambassador kept the rogue nation's cards close to its chest after failing to clarify if the country is planning another ballistic missile test. He stated, "The DPRK, my country, will continue to build up its self-defense capability, the pivot of which is nuclear forces and capability for a triumphant strike as long as U.S. and hostile forces keep up nuclear threat and blackmail. Our country plans ultimate completion of the nuclear force." The North Korean added that the U.S. never accepted calling off their joint military exercises near the peninsula. He declared, "So if they accept such things, then we will think what we do in the future." The official disclosed the effects of the economic and military squeeze being put on Kim Jong-un's despot state constitute large-scale human rights violations and cited the delayed delivery of aid and consumer goods. He went on, "It is obvious that the aim of the sanctions is to overthrow the system of my country by isolating and stifling it and to intentionally bring about humanitarian disaster instead of preventing weapons development as claimed by the U.S. and its followers." Han Tae-song also affirmed that the rogue nation is preparing for further sanctions to be imposed. He said, "The media is saying the Americans and Trump are considering such things. But that is their business and then we don't mind what they want to do against my country since the aim is quite clear. So we are ready for such kinds of measures taken by America against my country."